Good morning, this is Nicholas from Gandora Gaming, and I have some amazing new card to reveal for you today. This new card is a new trade-in card. It's not as good as trade-in, I would say, but it's actually kind of insane as a draw card. So I kind of want to go over it because it gives a lot of decks that needed draw power, which is really, really cool. So what is this card called? So this card is Mirror Foundation of the 10 Sacred Treasures. It's a normal spell card. It's not once per turn. It basically says, send monsters from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard so the total level equals 10. Then you draw 2. That's it. That's the only thing. It does suck to get to send from hand or field to grave in order to draw 2. And it needs 2 monsters to do it. But it is another draw 2 card. So if your hand isn't looking that great, you could send cards from your hand to grave in order to draw 2, which is pretty insane. Now, what are the pros and cons of this? For one, you gotta be playing big level monsters, or at least monsters that add up to 10. For example, 2 5s will work, a 7 and a 3 will work, a 4 and a 6 would work, which is any Bisted and a level 4 monster, which is pretty insane just to draw 2. Now, I would hope whenever you discard with this card, you get advantage off this card, because it does say send from your hand. So they perfectly did that, so it doesn't trigger the Dark Worlds, if I remember, because the Dark Worlds need to be, if I remember correctly, if they're discarded. I could be mixing that up with the Fables. They might be just send from hand. I'm not exactly sure on the Dark Worlds effect. So basically, if I remember correctly, they might not work with these cards, but I have to double check and reading them. But there is some potential there. Blue Eyes just needs a level 2 plus any of their vanillas, and they have a free draw 2, but they already have traded, so I don't know if they'll be playing this card, but hey, who knows? Decks that would love this deck card, Cyber Dragons, sending a level 5 and a level 2 level 5s from hand to grave is pretty solid. I'm not exactly sure what level 5s you'll discard, because to be honest, Cyber Dragon is just a free summon, and Galaxy Soldier is the only other level 5 I think of. I guess if you have 2 Cyber Dragons in hand, that'd be pretty good to discard. But again, if you have 2 Cyber Dragons in hand, that's just a bad hand. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. Not to mention, machines already have a draw 2, an Iron Draw. It does lock you into machines, but hey, what can you do? I don't know. This card seems really interesting. I'm not sure what decks would play it. To comment to tell me all about this. Like, could Snakes play this? Because they have the level 8 guys. Not to mention, I think they have like level 2s and level 4s and 6s. So maybe there's some synergy there. I'm not really sure. There's probably some huge decks that can play this, but I love how Konami just keeps printing out draw 2 cards. If you don't know, not only are we getting an insane draw card next set that locks you out of your hand, but you draw 2 every turn. And also you get 2 normal summons every turn, which is kind of insane. But we're also getting, I think it's like Time Requiem or something. But we also got the Predaplant draw 2, not Predaplant, the Plant draw 2, or the Traded card, where you either discard a trap card, a plant, or an insect to draw 2, which is actually really great for all 3 of those strategies. Now, of course, I don't think it beats Extravagance or Prosperity in that regard, but it's still a really interesting generic card, especially if Prosperity or Extravagance ever may get hit. Who knows with Konami? They hit Desires for whatever reason, so who's to say they hit the other ones just to push this product? But that's really all I have to say about this card. You can tell me in the comments what decks would love to use this card the most. Level 6 decks and level 4s would be great. Would Virtual World be able to do this? I don't think so, because I think they're all 3s and 6s, so they make 9s. So I think they're like 1 level off. But you can tell me, I wish it was just 2 monsters that are equal to higher than 10, because they can just play like big monsters, just discard them, which is pretty solid. And I guess you can't discard 10s because, hey, we discarded 10. The other monster has to be a 0 level, which doesn't exist. So that's really interesting. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy. Take care. Don't do anything stupid. And see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.